We're in the final furlong on this edition of Racing to Win. Let's take a look at the lineup for the 10th and final of the afternoon. Class 3, 1400 metres. Harmony Heroes come up with barrier 11 this time, as opposed to 10. The hood goes on. Winston's Lad, green card. Mr. Monty returning to Shah 10. Sun Touch has been in great form. He's won 2 of his past 3. Victor Wong will take the ride. Famous Warrior, Voyage King, blinkers first time. The gears come off of Home Run, the blinkers and the hood. We go down towards the bottom. Sky Melody, a better effort last start. Dukedom's drawn wide in gate number 12. Hardball Get, claim for Matthew Poon. Barrier number 9. All right, John, let's have a look at the possible setup again for this race. We can see the barrier draws, and then all of a sudden, when they jump out of the gates, potentially this is the way they may wind up. Sun Touch and Mr. Monty may be disputing the lead in the early stages.
Yep, and Sun Touch has had plenty of success this season going forward. He's been a horse who does get his best results when he's into a prominent position in the early stages. The big question, though, is this fella, Harmony Hero, towards the rear. Where's he going to go? Is he going to move forward? Because last time, of course, he was trapped out wide in the short run to the first bend over 1200. 1400 this time out. He got a bad draw again. Do they snag him back or do they try and work forward with him? He's obviously a talented galloper.
It's going to be an interesting scenario because he was obviously the beaten favourite last time, Paul, but continues to work nicely.
He does, but Sun Touch will be the first one we'll look at. You can see here with Victor Wong aboard, and he'll be riding one race day. He's got barrier 14. But he's got the pace to get across, so he's going to have to work a bit. I think Harmony Hero can come across with him, but he's going nicely there. I thought Win Ruby's picked up a little bit. Looked good last season, but it's been a little bit disappointing this season. But there are signs there which were quite positive, I think, for Win Ruby. So if you do like him, he is on the pick-up a little bit. And Dukedom, I just thought I'd show this because he doesn't normally do this, but you can see Douglas has got a massive hold on him at the end of his gallop here, and he is very super keen and wants to get on with the job as well. But he is a horse in good form at the moment.
All right, we're going to start off firstly by hearing from Nasrawilla, who takes the reins on the Saddlecloth 1 horse, Harmony Hero.
Harmony Hero, Nash. Second up going into Monday. You've ridden him in a trial since that first up run. How was that trial?
Trial was okay. He sort of didn't take the first turn 100%, and coming from Melbourne, he's still sort of adapting to racing, obviously the other direction, and you know, like he's a nice horse who's got scope and things like that, but he's still sort of settling into Hong Kong and you know how it operates. But you know, I was happy with his trial. He sort of cruised up there inside him, and once he got balanced, you know, it was a nice effort and gave me a good feel.
He was stuck wide from a wide draw last time out. You've got a wide draw again here. How do you think you'll approach the race with him?
Oh, look, it's you know, it's obviously just important to sort of just find that backside somewhere, and it's not going to be the end of the world being 3 deep, but hopefully we can get him one off the fence. And as I say, it's just more important to sort of probably find that one to follow than being left on a limb with no cover. And sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds. So, you know, look, the horse is well, and he sort of jumped better the other day there in the trial. So I think we're going to have a few options. It's just pulling the right rein as we leave the barriers on, depending on how he jumps.
He's stepping up to 1400 metres. Distance-wise, what sort of feel does he give you?
Well, obviously the distance won't be a problem, I don't believe. So, you know, he's a nice sort of sprinter miler, and you know, this front will sort of give us more of a guide of which direction he's going exactly, and you know, I think he's going to continue to improve.
Well, he has come up the early favourite, Harmony Hero. Let's have a look at the horses that he will be opposing. We're going to start off with a horse that's in reasonable form. John, of course, I speak of Dukedom. He's got a little bit of an awkward barrier on this occasion. He's out here. Green Card hasn't been in the best form of late. He is a capable horse on his day, but he needs to lift.
Yeah, bad draws, unfortunately, for both of these horses on Monday afternoon at Shah 10. Green Card's been coming back to something like his best form, but he's got gate 13, and Dukedom is going to have to go up with barrier 12, as we saw Paul say. He's working quite enthusiastically in the mornings, but his form when he draws wide isn't as good as when he draws inside. Sounds like an easy thing to say, but it's definitely true with him. So I think both a bit of a watching brief.
Either of these in for you, Paul?
Dukedom in for 4th. I think he's going well enough to warrant a place in there for 4th, so I've got him in there.
All right, Sun Touch Victor Wong takes the 10 pounds off here. He's in great form. I think he might initially head off, of course, Mr. Monty for the early battle. You can see him down here on the rail. He gave a really strong kick in the final stages of this race. The other horse, Hardball Get, for me, probably looking for what I would have thought is the drop in grade. So I'm happy to sit on the fence with him, but Sun Touch, a big chance.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment as far as Hardball Get's concerned. Jack Wong gave this a beautiful ride, Sun Touch, on this particular occasion that we're looking at. He just controlled it nicely out in front, slowed things down, left something in the tank, and he kicked on again. If Victor Wong can replicate that, get him across from gate 14, he'll be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, and the key to his chances is Mr. Monty, whether he takes him on or not, and because he won't get his own way in front, the other jockeys will be wise to that.
Yeah, I tend to think that he might be able to just cruise over from the wide barrier and push on, and I think that'll be in his favour with that 10 pounds off. Right, now let's go to the stats, and we're going to do that after the selections, of course, and Paul, you're up.
Yeah, I think how many heroes going to win this race and win it very easily. So I've got him clearly on top here. Bulbaleek stepping up and trip really suits him. He's been catching the eye over 1,200 metres, flashing home late. Sun Touch depends on what happens with him, if he's taken on or not, and juked him from the back. QQPs, 1-5-11.
Yeah, I think Harmony Hero is the best horse in this race. Certainly will leave this class behind at some point. But I do quite like Famous Warrior here. He's much better drawn than last time. He had to work very hard in the early stages to get a position on a strong speed behind Turin Red Star. I think he's an interesting contender with Moreira aboard. Harmony Hero in there for second. I'm the Conquest ran well last time. He's warming to the Hong Kong task, and if they go strongly out in front, he will be picking one or two off. And Sun Touch is well handicapped, that even if he goes hard out in front, will probably still be there or thereabouts. So at 6-1, 13-5. Yeah,
I tend to think he might take all the catching again, Sun Touch, with that 10-pound claim. Harmony Hero looks the main danger. Stats, we're going to focus on Joe Moreira, Paul, and his record on debutants for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, very good record here. 31% win rate from his 45 rides. You can see there with 14 wins, 6 seconds and 6 thirds. He's got a couple of really good rides, I think, to sort of increase that stat. This one here, Aero Happiness, he looks very, very good, as does Mission Tycoon. I think both those horses will be tough to beat on the weekend, or Monday, I should say. So looking forward to seeing Aero Happiness in particular.
All right, it's the time everyone's been waiting for. Best bets time. Who's up first? Paul, you're normally first cab off the rank.
Yeah, Vital Spring for me. Super unlucky last time. I think he can make amends. And Francis Lewis's got this horse going very well. Vincent Ho knows him well as well. So he's on top. La Bomba, I think he was a really good debut run from him. Full of merit at 25-1. I think he warrants a long shot. Alberto Santa's in good form as well. And we'll play the QQPs in the race with Vital Spring. We'll take Flame Lily, which will add the value, and Shanghai Dragon. 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go with race 2 as well. I don't think it's a particularly deep contest. I think Regency Darling has that professionalism from the gates to get in a position where he can probably control it with a light racing weight. And Jack Wong's on the long shot as well. Carefree Prince, for similar reasons. He should get a good run out in front, and he's a very big price. As far as the best play goes, I'll go with Red Elise, Amazing Satchmo, and my old mate Dashing Dart there in race number 6, QQPs.
Yeah, I would have been surprised if you had left him out completely, John. I thought Star Shine was very unlucky last start. I'm going to make him the best for Douglas White. Race 3, number 8, nice young horse. He's acclimatised quickly. Sky Melody, I'm not sure he can win, but I think he'll run a good race and could potentially sneak into an exotic spot, 3rd, 4th, and who knows, maybe even pinch second or win with a little bit of luck. The play for me is in that race, final race of the day, Harmony Hero, Sun Touch and Sky Melody, who is my long shot for the card. So that's it. Easter Monday at Sha Tin, 10 races on the program, and the sun will be shining brightly, boys.
Let's hope we haven't put the mockers on it.
No, not a thing like that is going to happen right now. Hopefully you can join us at Sha Tin. Of course, we'll be starting race 1 at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the air half an hour before that, 12:30. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.